Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode on Axis Allies 1914, some accessories and customizations. So, today I'm talking about a simple fix for a common problem that we all usually have playing this game. So, what's the problem here that we see? The problem here, if you haven't noticed, is we've got all these units all crowded. They're all supposed to be in Venice, but you can see the territory is too small on the map, and they don't all fit, and they're even overlapping into Tuscany, Piedmont, Tyrolia, Trieste, even into the C zone a little bit. So it's getting a little crowded here. So very simple fix for this solution. Very simple fix to this problem, sorry. It's an easy solution, and that is using kind of blow-up cards is the general term for it, but I'm calling them army groups and fleet group markers. So you can see all these units here. They can be fixed by getting some of these. Now the files for these are in the description. Now they're basically just simple cards I made for all the powers in the game. So it's got a roundel to indicate which country, Italy, Austria, and then a colored border. And then the keys, it's got two sections or squares. You got the gray half and the green half. Now in addition to these cards, you can just print them out on some nice cardstock or some glossy paper. But in addition, you're going to need some plastic chips. Now these come from the 1942 second edition game, and these are compatible with the chips that come with this game. Now I'll show you so that's preferred. You can use the chips from the other editions of Axis and Allies, for example Global or Anniversary, but those aren't compatible with the 1914 ones, and I'll explain a little bit more later, but either one's fine. So basically you've got your gray zone, your gray chip, your green zone, your green chip. Now how does that work exactly? Well, I'll show you an example I have set up over here. So we got 4 different countries. We got United States, Britain, France, and Germany. And you can see they've all got units set up on their cards in different zones. So for United States using the green, Germany too, France and Britain using their gray zones. The color does not matter. It's just for reference. Now you got all these units, and we want to put them all in Belgium. Belgium's a pretty small territory. It's going to get pretty crowded. Can it fit all these units? Well, it can if we use these markers. And by using these markers, we turn all these units into just this small amount. So you can see, for example, if I pull out the Germany one, how this works is that when you're playing with these units on the map, you know that the Germany guy, so you know this is Germany, they've got a green chip. Now remember, other chips usually represent other units, but in this case it's going to refer to a group of units, and that's going to be anything that's on this green card. So when we move him across the map, it's 1 German infantry, because in this game every land unit requires infantry, plus anything else on this card. Now, when I was mentioning compatibility, sometimes you run out of infantry and you don't want to separate into 2 stacks. Well, you could keep all your infantry on the map, and we'll just pretend to exchange this guy for another red chip. Don't have one at the moment right now. And you can stack them up together. So now we've got 10 infantry, the 2 red chips, the dark red ones, plus the green representing all these units, and then the one on top. So we still have, so that's a good way to save infantry. Now you can't do this with the chips from the other versions of the game, only the 1942 second edition. But that's only to save infantry, really. If you don't have that problem too much, or if you buy extra infantry, then you don't have to worry about getting these chips. You could use the bigger the other ones that aren't compatible, as long as you use the gray and green ones. Yeah, so as we can see, we can move all these units. I'm just going to move them really quick off camera. and then the British guy, and the Americans next. See? So all these units were moved into Belgium. It was really simple and quick. And this is perfect for moving units across the map. So for example, let's say the Germans want to pull out of Belgium. Like that. Really simple to move all these units out of the way. It's easy to move large groups of units, or let's say the French want to attack Lorraine. Really simple to move large groups of units. And additionally, when you have to remove casualties from a large battle, for example with this, you're gonna have to dig around and try to lift up chips and move things over. Things are gonna fall over the place. But instead, you can do all that, stuff off, away from the battle or away from the map, and you have plenty of space on the cards to go through all the chips. You can do it. You have a little bit more space and room to breathe when it comes to organizing chips. Now, when it comes to the cards, I have them here in the Sahara because I have my own national production chart, which I'll talk about in another video. But you don't have to put them in the Sahara. You could put them, for example, you could just put them on the side, on the table, just on the sides, or just any other dead room on the map you can find. You could put them. You could put one in Spain if it's not being used, or up in Scandinavia, or maybe in the Himalayas. You can definitely put them around the map on the table, but there's plenty of dead space on the map you could use too. For example, I might put my Italian one. Oops, I slipped under the map there. I'd probably put my Italian one maybe in the ocean nearby. I don't know, or in the Sahara. I'll probably keep most of them in the Sahara. And I do have cards for all the countries, and not every country will end up using them, so I think I'm rambling too much about that. Now, one last thing to talk about with these cards. One thing also you can do is great for fleets as well. So, for example, the United States has a huge fleet here in this sea zone, and they've also transporting a bunch of units as well. Now, these cards are great for that purpose as well, especially transports. You can just take all these units, put them here, bam, and then you just put a chip right under your transport. You can even stack up your transports like that, put a gray chip with it, and then you can move that huge fleet, or that huge army, very easily. You can even, if you wanted, you could stack up all these transports and put them on the card too, to represent that huge fleet. Let's put the transport on there, put the battleship there. So you got all these units, this army being transported, and all these accompanying ships, all being represented with the battleship, and you can just move it around the map. Very simple. You can just move it anywhere it needs to go. Oops, sorry. Let's move it there. Let's move it over here. A lot easier than having to pick up all these units. They just stay still over there. And then when it comes to landing them, you could just drop that off, get a guy, bam. You just move that whole army. Took you 2 seconds instead of having to pick up all that. So this is just these army group cards are just perfect for making the game a little simpler, save you some time, save you space on the map, help you with problems, because sometimes when they get overcrowded, it can get confused on whether one unit is really in this territory and a different territory. So it just alleviates a lot of confusion and just makes the game a lot more simpler and streamlined. So yeah, these cards are available in a PDF file in the description, so for free to just print it out and then get yourself some of these chips. They are available from Historical Board Gaming. Probably add a link to that in the description as well. Yeah, look forward to my next video. You'll be seeing these cards being used in the future. Yeah, if you like this video, please leave a like, comment, let me know what you think, if you have any other ideas, and subscribe for more videos like this. Alright, see you guys next time. Bye.